So the first step that I'm going to do is I have this idea in my head, right? So I'm going to put it down on some paper and do some preliminary sketching and kind of do some research to figure out maybe the best direction to start. Sometimes regardless of which direction you start, sometimes you'll find something that will inspire you to go a different direction. So that's the exciting part about this whole process. The first thing I want to do is I want to tell you what it is that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to accomplish. Okay? What problem or need I am trying to solve, okay, as an engineer. Well, I've already taken you and shown you some things that we built for previous drive-by car parades. We've done a giant candle, we've done a giant pinwheel. So what I want to do is build a prop that I'll have on my car that I'll take with me when I go see some very special kids in a car parade. The prop that I want to do is I want a hug bug, a virtual hug bug. It's going to be a giant heart-looking creature that is giving big old virtual hugs. That's my idea, and I know I can do this in terms of what mechanisms I'm going to use. Is to have it look like it's hugging. So I'm going to have some arms, obviously, that need to go do this motion here where it's pretending to give people hugs. So that's the biggest challenge of the whole build is how can I make something that looks like arms go like this. Okay, so I need to figure out how I'm going to take a motor and construct it and build it so that it moves this way. Okay, so how can I make that happen? Well, I've already done some research before on how to make these kind of mechanisms. So I'm going to start sketching out, but I know I'm going to have to refer back to some of my research to get some detailed information. So let's start. I'm going to use this document cam here and let you see a little bit of my drawing and thinking process. One of the first steps in this engineering process is to identify what it is that I'm trying to do, which I've already stated, and then to start brainstorming some solution. While I'm brainstorming, that's also where you start doing some research, okay, to see kind of what you have to work with, what kind of things you can utilize. So first step or second step now, I guess, it's I'm brainstorming. So I'm going to come up with some ideas. They can be crazy and wild and wacky. Just put the good, the bad, and the ugly down on paper, okay? And then from that, we start sifting through it and looking at the most feasible things I can do at this time with my budget. I have 1 week to do this, less than 1 week now, okay? So here we go. This is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so kind of want this thing to look like the top of the car. So here's the car. Little arm. Look, these sketches, they don't have to be perfect, boys and girls. This is going to be fast. This is just to get your ideas out, because if you spend too long drawing something, one thing, you're going to forget all the great ideas that you have. So I'm just going to this is just very quick drawings here somehow. And I know that some of this is not going to happen. It's about getting your ideas down. So there's a big old heart there, and maybe the heart can swivel. Just put little notes on here. So here's my little notes. That means it can turn. And then those arms, let's see. Your sketches are just for you. It's for your brain, for your purposes. It's not to show off to anybody else, or it doesn't matter how if you're good at drawing or not. It's for you. This is to kind of help you with your own ideas. Like, looks like I have to put some kind of notch here, so and then I'm going to use PVC piping because it's easy to cut and easy to glue together. And then I'm just going to maybe cardboard hands, cartoony hands. Remember, because I have limited time, so I can't spend a whole lot of time on this. So these arms need to go back and forth. I think I'll call it like the hug bug or something. Maybe he's a bug. Hey. The lean green hugging machine. I don't know. Maybe some kind of leg. What about the mechanism? How do I make those arms go back and forth? So let's see. There's these motors. I'll give you a picture of it up on the screen. These motors that just basically go round and round. So they've got like a bar. It goes round and round. So some people call them deer motors because they're used for those mechanical deers out in the front yard. So if I have one of these that goes round and round, how can I make this motion of something going round and round move these arms? So I'm thinking if there's a string that pulls. If this string is attached to that motor that goes round and round, is attached to my arm. So here's the arm. This is a line, and as this goes round and round, that'll pull this arm like this. See, back and forth. But the problem is, while this is pulling this one, it's not pulling this one. And I don't want my hug bug to swing like this. That's not hugging. I want it to go like this. Together. Here's an idea. So if I have this bar that rotates, I get two pulleys. Pulley here, pulley there, and it pulls the string. It'll pull both strings at the same time. It's going to pull it, and as it goes up, it'll pull it even more. So something, I think this is going somewhere. So when it comes up, I'm gonna go look up some stuff on the internet. So I'm looking at here on my computer, this guy who's showing me some ideas on the joints, the PVC joints that I can use to make this thing move. If you're interested, the guy's name or his channel is Hal Staff's Animatronic Workshop. He's good. Also, I've done stuff with Fright Props before. They have some good ideas on there. Yeah, there's a lot of Halloween stuff that you can find here. That's because a lot of Halloween props use the same mechanisms. Some robotics websites have some suggestions. But anyway, maybe I can pull it downwards, down this way, and the motor is down here. Use some rubber bands or something. But I'll go and start. I started a list of things I should buy initially for this idea. So anyway, I'm gonna keep working on this thing, and I want you guys to tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the store probably tomorrow morning or some point and start buying some supplies, and I'm gonna try to make a little miniature prototype to kind of see, to test out my ideas at least how the arms work. So it's gonna be cool. All right, stay tuned, guys.